My name is Brooks Gibbs. I'm a dad of 2 little boys. One is 5 years old. He's in kindergarten. The other is 3. Both are the joys of my life.
Dad, are we really shaving with this stuff?
Does it feel like you are?
Yeah, we're really shaving, right?
Naturally, I was heartbroken over the school shooting when I heard about it. I, like so many people, wanted to do something to help the people of Newtown, but I was at a loss, not knowing what I could do. This is the story of how I got the idea to start a movement that hopefully will bring healing to many people in Newtown and around the world. That is Connecticut. Can you say Connecticut?
Connecticut.
Do you know what happened here recently?
What?
It's really sad. There was this really bad man, and he went into a school, and he hurt a bunch of kids.
So selfish.
It's very selfish, honey.
The word Spider-Man will help you get those bad guys.
Jesus and Spider-Man?
Yeah, I have an idea. Maybe we should pray about him.
Yeah?
To God.
Well, I thought maybe we could draw them a picture. Do you want to draw a picture after we'll pray for them? But
Sure.
all right. There's a lot of hurting families because a lot of kids died, buddy,
All right.
and their parents are missing them. What picture do you guys want to draw? Maybe that would make them feel better. I thought it was important for me to have my boys do something for the people of Newtown. I believe compassion is a virtue that we must instill in our kids. But to be honest, drawing a picture wasn't enough for me. I wanted to do something more. So I did a Google search. I was curious about other communities that experienced tragedies like this. What did they do to help those who were hurting find healing? Maybe my answers would be found by digging into the past. I Google searched school shootings, and I discovered that the worst elementary school disaster in U.S. history was actually close to my house. It happened in a tiny town called Bath, Michigan, right outside of Lansing. This tragedy happened on May 18, 1927, and it killed 38 elementary school children, 2 teachers, and 4 other adults. At least 58 other people were injured. Similar to the Newtown tragedy, the perpetrator first killed somebody at his home before then going to the school and blowing it up with dynamite. And after killing 38 children, he got into his truck filled with shrapnel and dynamite, and he committed suicide by blowing himself up. The more I researched this tragic story, the more I discovered that the town never really healed. It seemed like an emotional dark gray cloud hangs over this town even to this day. That is the opposite of what I hope for Newtown, Connecticut. I had to find out what kept this community in Bath, Michigan from moving forward. What kept them from finding emotional comfort in the aftermath of this tragedy. Maybe there was a lesson here for Newtown and a lesson for us all. I decided to track down any survivors I could. Even though this tragedy happened over 85 years ago, I hoped that there would be survivors that I could interview. To my surprise, there indeed were a few people still alive, all at the very end of their life. I contacted all known survivors of the Bath, Michigan bombing, and only one woman was willing to speak about it. Her name is Josephine Vale, and when I met her, she was only a few months away from her 100th birthday. Josephine was 13 years old when the bombing happened. Her little brother Ralph was 7 years old. She was instructed by her parents to escort Ralph to his classroom that morning. Shortly after dropping him off to class, the explosion happened, killing Ralph instantly.
Oh, you got a little feller.
Yep.
There's another little feller. Hello there, honey.
Say hi.
He has a cute smile.
My name is Brooks.
Brooks, yes.
I've read all about your story.
You have?
You're a wonderful woman.
Oh, gosh. I'm just me.
You're just you.
Yeah.
Well, God made you special.
Oh, he did. Well, I hope he did a good job.
He did. Well, I just have a couple questions.
Yes.
You know, there was a recent tragedy in
Connecticut.
Yeah, and I wondered if you had any advice or counsel to the families and the children that have their whole lives ahead of them, and they've got to live, you know, with this tragedy. Is there anything that you could say that would give them comfort?
Well, there's just one thing you can do. It's done. It's happened. You didn't have any control, but you got to dig in. You got to put that past you and go on, and it'll all come out in the end okay. But you got to be strong and decide you're going to make it, and that's the way it is. It's just there, and you have to handle things. You gotta just know you're going to make it, but you can't give in. You gotta keep plugging along, and you plug hard enough and long enough, you'll make it. But it's a struggle, and you don't forget it. You think of it every single day of your life. I have. Yep.
When I was researching this story, a lot of families didn't allow the children to bring it up in conversation.
I know.
Do you think that made things harder to deal with it?
Yes. You've got to talk. And you got to, another thing, the family tries to hide things from kids. I think that's wrong. Let the kids be in and hear what is said. Let the kids hear. That's the way they'll learn.
Josephine just said something really important. She told me that it is critical to talk. She believes the reason that the town of Bath, Michigan never healed was because they refused to speak openly and honestly about their tragedy. Experts in grief counseling tell us that grief passes through 5 stages in the process of recovery: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Josephine confessed that Bath, Michigan got stuck in the denial stage of grief, and if they would have been given the chance to express how they really felt, everything would have been different. That's when it clicked for me. One of the best ways we can support the people of Newtown in their recovery process is to encourage them to speak. But I had one major challenge. How? How do I rally the community around this idea and encourage them to speak? After all, I'm an outsider and I have zero influence in that town. The only thing that I could think to do was pack my bags and fly to Newtown. Maybe if I spoke to the people directly, they would give me ideas. When I arrived in Newtown, Connecticut, I saw numerous roadside memorials and tributes scattered throughout the small town. 26 miniature crosses were hanging from a tree. Piles of flowers and teddy bears were buried from the recent snowfall. When I spoke with the police, they agreed that something needed to be done to help the people vent their feelings. When I visited a coffee shop, locals suggested that they submit videos to some sort of online community. So after a few phone calls to a few friends, newtownspeaks.org was created. It's a simple but powerful idea. People can record their thoughts and feelings on camera and then upload it to our site. The main purpose of the site will be to gather videos from local residents of Newtown and the surrounding areas. We will also maintain a library of videos from notable experts in grief counseling. And finally, we will also collect videos from supporters around the world who have a message of hope to share. It's my hope that the love that comes out of this community will be greater than the hate that entered it.